So the idea of today very much is to give you a bit of insight into the evolution of search. And what we're going to go through predominantly is looking at the fundamentals of search. We're going to highlight what's new at Microsoft, what's new within search for us as well, and what's next, what's to come, and what you can do now. So I want to take you guys on the journey. And the journey very much is about how we as advertisers and marketeers play with search and play with search advertising today. There are three key fundamentals I find when working with agencies and working with advertisers that they follow. And the first one is why. Sorry, the color hasn't come out there. The first one is why. And I love this quote from James Dyson, that search engines are effectively the new equivalent of publishing, and effectively an enabler of information. So if we think of that last phrase, an enabler of information, what we're saying there is when we put a campaign together, when we put an ad campaign together, whatever the platform may be, we need to understand the why. We need to understand why people are searching. Why are they actually taking that call to action to go to a search engine, be it through their PC, be it through a Mac, be it through a phone? Why are they actually taking that call to action? There must be an underlying reason why. And when you understand that, that's the first basis of setting a campaign together. I've worked with a number of advertisers that fail to ask the question why. They say, we understand our consumers, but they don't understand why they're searching. And as a result of that, they don't see enough return on their campaigns. The second one is what. What are they searching for? What information do they seek? Do they seek pricing? Do they seek holiday information? Do they seek the next new pair of jeans? What information are they looking for? Are they looking for the next course? Do they want to do an MBA? Understanding what people are searching for and what the information is underlying is core to putting a campaign together. It's what we call keywords. And as organizations, more and more we're seeing more and more organizations become very creative with their keywords and getting more to grips with how we can create campaigns. So looking at broad match, looking at things like phrase match, and actually expanding that keyword list to understand the what. So we've got the what. We know what people are searching for. We know why they're searching. But the most important thing is who is searching. And understanding the who is really, really important nowadays. And that's because the demographic has changed. It's changed considerably. If we look at Bing has been seen as a fuddy-duddy search engine, right? No one deny it. Effectively, we're seen as the one to target the silver surfers. However, it's changed quite a lot. Windows 10, LinkedIn, Skype, the integration of all those services, Xbox, has changed our demographic quite considerably in the last few years. If we look at post-Windows 10, our strongest demographic was age 45 to 54, predominantly a female audience. Post-Windows 10, 2016, it's 25 to 45, and it's an even spread across both genders. So we're seeing a shift in search patterns. We're seeing a shift in the way people are searching for information and who's searching for information. And some of you have heard this story about my son. He's now 15, and he loves cooking. He's a huge fan of the Great British Bake Off. So much so that our skyboxes, both upstairs and downstairs, are inundated with recordings of Great British Bake Off, so I don't get a word in at all. A couple of years ago, he wanted to buy one of those Kenwood mixers, the Mixer 500, and he went onto Bing, because he's been kindly taught by his dad to go onto Bing with his Hotmail ID on a Windows PC to actually search for kitchen equipment. So he searched for kitchen equipment. He comes back and he goes, Dad, I'm getting results. I'm getting Argos. I'm getting this plastic kitchen from Entertainer. I want the Kenwood Mixer 500. That's going to cost you 500 quid. I went, thanks, son. I said, okay, go in and just say, mixer from Great British Bake Off. So he used the phrase. Suddenly, Bing realized that he's actually not searching for kitchen equipment from Argos for age 4 and 10, but actually for a Kenwood Mixer 500. And as a result now, because of his profile, it now has that saved as part of his profile. So when he does go and search for additional equipment, it's showing him results from John Lewis. It's showing him results from Kenwood. It's showing him results from Land's End, etc. So search is learning as to understanding who the user is and adapting the results to that. When we piece those 2-3 things together, we get something like this.
Curiosity is a tool that's very useful in life because you're able to question things and try to answer them. On the Bing homepage one day, I saw this really adorable animal, and I thought it was really cute. Kind of reminded me of a dog / cat / fox. We did some more research on it and found that it was a fennec fox. I began to get more curious about the animal. I wondered what if I could actually meet the animal. And we found that there was a sanctuary. So we went to the sanctuary and I got to see and interact with a fennec named Cleo. I realized that I have a lot of power here at home, just knowing that I was able to research something and actually get to find it was really inspiring for me. My name is Leilani, and I use technology to do great things.
So what we saw there was piecing together the why, what, and the who. Leilani, a 9-year-old tech ambassador for Bing, searching for a fox, understanding who she is, where she is, and what she's searching for. We're able to create that search journey for her so she could actually experience an intimate moment with the fox at first hand. But it just doesn't end there. What we're seeing now with search, we're seeing search change quite dramatically. What's not showing, sorry, the slide is, the background has gone here. What you're seeing here is a number of different figures. If we look at the 20 billion figure, that refers to the number of devices that will be connected to the internet. So we're looking at Internet of Things. If we look at home today, we have Ring, we have Canary, we have our Xbox or our PlayStation, even our Skyboxes. Everything in our home now predominantly is connected to the internet. But what's fundamentally important is that 74%. That 74% figure refers to us as individuals trust what we see on a website and what we see on a search engine rather than what we see on the brand's website. So as a result of that, there's a huge dependency on us as search engines to provide relevant information and information that's pertinent to what people are searching for. The next slide is showing a number of other different figures. The 74% here is how consumers actually get frustrated with the lack of information they see, the lack of content that appears on a search engine. So again, a huge dependency on us. So what we're doing as an organization is looking at how AI actually can provide far more meaningful results. So we're looking at AI empowering search, providing more capabilities on Bing. So the first one you see there is intelligent answers. How many people have seen the ad of Natural History Museum with the lady looking at search? And she talks about search intelligence. She talks about using image search. She's talking about how she gets 2 answers by one search query. So we're looking at perspectives here. We're looking at the ability to empower users to actually search through an image, because sometimes text doesn't describe everything we want. So I showed this to my wife, the image search, and we're having our house done. And the first thing she does is, great, let's spend some of his money. Let's start looking at, again, we're having our kitchen done. So she started looking at different kitchens. She starts searching on for lampshades and kitchen equipment. And she's got her heart set on an oven that's going to cost me about $1,000. I mentioned dollars because it's currently US at the moment. So I said, sorry, darling, it's only available in the US. So I'm getting badgered now when it's going to be available in the UK. Pretty soon, we'll be able to integrate that with our merchant center in the UK. And you'll be able to shop through images. And that's quite powerful. Because a lot of us actually search through, visual images mean more to us than text. But also, we've seen this abundance and this growth of voice, and conversational search is becoming even more so prevalent. I've literally this morning, walking from the Park Plaza to here, I saw 3 people actually question Siri and Google Play as they were walking. So it's the convenience of using voice search. And if we think about voice search, it is conversation. It is a conversation. You use 8 or 9, in some cases 11 words to actually form a search pattern. So as a search engine, we need to get the right context from that. So we're doing what's called conversational search, which is breaking that search down and putting it into more meaningful responses and providing a level of different responses that's applicable for the consumer. And to kind of piece that together, I just want to show you another quick video. So that has AI at the heart of it. And for us, we're trying to build AI into everyday life. So we're looking at it as everyday AI. And for us, that means amplifying human ingenuity with intelligent technology. So it's taking tech first and aligning it to how we think and how we use search. So what is AI? Well, AI, we learn and use technology, but actually AI is learning from us and delivering and discovering different ways to be helpful. Be that through content that's delivered through meaningful data, be that through answering our responses through different platforms. It just doesn't have to be search. Be that through observing how we interact on our devices, or be that through anticipating what we're going to ask next through our previous search behavior. At Microsoft, we're using AI in different ways. The future of AI for us is looking at Microsoft Cognitive Services. So we're working with Tate Britain to actually provide more meaning and more user-friendly information when they're looking at art through a PC, but also allowing individuals that physically may not be able to visit Tate to actually get that experience directly from their home. We're using AI within Microsoft in terms of machine learning and advanced analytics, trying to get meaningful data of, for argument's sake, in this case, with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the impact of malaria in certain countries and the reduction of malaria and what organizations are doing to support that. And we're using machine learning to provide meaningful data. As an organization, we've been in AI for a number of years. And that can be seen with just one specific product, which is the Microsoft Translator and Voice. For those of you that have played with Skype, there are certain tools available like the Skype Translator. If you haven't played with that, definitely suggest you to go and play with it. It's a very interesting tool. You can have a conversation with someone in China without having to speak Mandarin, and it will translate English to Mandarin for that user. And vice versa. They're speaking Mandarin, it will translate it back into English for you. So we're using AI at the back end to understand user context, to understand tone, and relay that back in meaningful information. Cortana on Windows 10, Cortana through the Windows ecosystem now, we're using intelligence from Cortana to actually provide more meaningful responses and more meaningful results to how you use your device on a day-to-day basis. That's all AI. So what we're doing is we're actually democratizing AI for every person, be that through speech agents, be that through personal assistants with Cortana and Zianto, or be that through applications like Office 365, adding intelligence into those devices so you can understand how you use your software, how you interact between Office and Excel, using applications like Dwelve. How many people have got Office 365 here? Have you guys played with Dwelve at all? So if you log into Office 365 and go to the top left-hand corner, you've got the 9 squares. Click on that and play with Dwelve. It shows how you interact with users in your organization, what level of information you're sharing, and how much interaction you're getting back. That's AI. That's providing data for you to understand how people are collaborating within your organization. That has helped us to bring Microsoft Teams out as a service. And also incorporating it into our cognitive suite with the bot framework, Cortana Intelligence, and other cognitive services. But the most important use of AI for us is through superpowering AI and adding that into our Azure, into our cloud marketplace, enabling developers to create far more enriched applications that is encapsulating all the data we have. When we bring it down to advertising, we bring it down to Bing, our AI solutions are currently divided into 3 core areas. That's understanding data through insights, intelligent agents, and marketing automation. I like to call this to be able to build, engage, and evolve with our customers. We all know the famous Bill Gates quote about putting every PC in every home, but there was another one which actually resonates more with us right now, and it's about having computers that one day that could see, hear, talk, and understand human beings. And we're slowly seeing that with the likes of a lot of the voice agents that are coming out today. And what we see with voice agents, that there is a huge trend. There's a huge consumer trend. The figure that you see there is 95% of customer interactions will be powered by AI bots by 2025. We're already seeing applications powered by voice. Even when you use Spotify, even just having Siri integrate with your apps is AI within the device itself. And apps with AI, for those that have an iPhone, have a play with Seeing AI. It's a very honed-down version of our voice and image recognition service that we work with the Royal National Institute of the Blind. And all it does image recognition and relays information back to you, converts the image into text. And it's a very cool app. Sometimes can be quite nerving in a pub, but it's a good app to play with. It gives you an indication of how AI can interact with apps. And voice search is becoming more and more relevant. We're saying that by 2020, 30% of all search results will be voice. Out of the 30 people I saw today walking here, definitely 30% of them were using voice this morning. So we're almost there. So from a marketing point of view, what does that mean? So going back to the data into insights, customer engagement, and operational efficiency, I want to break that out a bit. So data into insights, what we've done, for those of you may have read recently about the Microsoft Audience Network, what we're doing as an organization is pulling together our resources as an organization and our product suite and trying to create an opportunity for our advertisers to gain meaningful information about the users that interact with our services. If you just take LinkedIn as a most recent sort of service that's been integrated into Microsoft, they have 500 million subscribers on LinkedIn. And for those of us that do have LinkedIn, we all know LinkedIn has full awareness of the training tools we use, how we use Sales Navigator, the articles that we like, the people that we interact with. All of those actually have meaning for a marketeer. What it allows us to do, what it allows a marketer to do, is to create a digital profile. We can understand the user search behavior. We can understand how people are interacting with brands. We can understand how individuals are searching, how time of day, the information that's relevant to them. When you think from a B2B perspective, this is powerful stuff. And we're integrating this as part of the Microsoft Audience Network. So over the course of the next 3 to 6 months, you'll see more of this coming out in the UK through Bing Search. And that's unique to us. Customer engagement. We all thrive to actually engage with our customers in one way or another. And what we're trying to do is enable organizations to actually engage through the devices that people use. We spend, on average, 50% of our day interacting with a device, be it a mobile or a PC, but more so a mobile. So if that's the case, why can't we engage with our customers through that? Someone said to me the other day that, this isn't a smartphone if you can't make money through it. Up until that point, it's a dumb phone. We have the power of a PC in our hands, so let's capitalize that, let's use it. When we bring it into advertising, effectively, you can integrate a chatbot as an ad extension. What does that mean for the user? Well, actually, for you as an advertiser, it means that you're actually engaging more with your customer, and as a result, you're providing far more relevant information based on what they want, understanding the what, understanding the why. So we're able to provide more relevant information back to the user. The engagement is better, and as a result, you maximize on conversions, and you maximize on impressions as an advertiser. That leads me immediately onto operational efficiencies. And we've got 2 key marketing automation tools today within the platform that help organizations actually gain efficiencies through Bing. The first one is dynamic search ads. And I love this. We all have keywords. We're constantly working with keywords within our campaigns. But what dynamic search ads enables you to do is to actually create an ad on the fly based on what the user is searching for at that point in time. You may not have the ad already put in place, but Bing is able to actually direct the user through DSA to the right content on your web by creating an search ad on the fly using the keywords that you already have, relating that to how users search. What you gain from that is you maximize definitely impressions on that, and you get better customer engagement and better ROI. And the second one is auto bidding, which is one of my favorites actually, because auto bidding allows you to actually, through different parameters that you set, i.e. maximize clicks, maximize impressions, maximize budget. Through those objectives, you're able to, Bing is able to auto bid on your behalf, giving you a better representation through the time of day. Because if you take something like travel, it's seasonal, right? So if we can't build seasonal campaign, auto bidding allows you to do that. So it allows you to get better ROI on your investment, and also saves you time and money. So through these 3 tools, you're able to reach new customers through the Microsoft Audience Network, understand profiles, create your own unique profiles for your customers or for your ads. You're able to gain better customer engagement through the bot framework, be that launching it, whether through our suite of products or through third parties, and also gain further operational efficiencies. So the road to AI is now. It is here within Bing. Hopefully that will change the results on the first question that Susan asked on the survey. So let's see the results change on that. But to give you an indication as to where we're heading, I just want to show you another quick video.
Today, right now, you have more power at your fingertips than entire generations that came before you. Think about that. That's what technology really is. It's possibility, it's adaptability, it's capability. But in the end, it's only a tool. What's a hammer without a person who swings it? It's not about what technology can do, it's about what you can do with it. You're the voice, and it's the microphone. When you're the artist, it's the paintbrush. We are living in the future we always dreamed of, We have mixed reality that changes how we see the world, and AI empowering us to change the world we see. You have more power at your fingertips than entire generations that came before you. So here's the question: what will you do with it?
Thank you.